First half, Bruno had a poor game. Certain man got turned in their own penalty box. I ain't calling no names, but everything changed in the second half. Everyone operating on the same page. Prove it again that we're comeback kings and we did it right here. What? Bruno first half had a poor game. Certain man got turned in their own penalty box. I ain't calling no names, but everything changed in the second half. Everyone operating on the same page. Prove it again that we're comeback kings and we did it right here on a big stage. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again. I said we're back again. I said we're back again with another show. It's your boy Ferbs. I'm joined today by NK and Edwin. And today we are going to talk about the Manchester United versus Atalanta Champions League group stage fixture. You know what? The game had all the drama, all the smoke. Basically, it was a Jekyll and Hyde show. First half terrible, second half brilliant. And you know what? I've seen one clear pattern and we're going to get into that. But guys, Edwin, give me your thoughts, man. Give me your overall summary of what you saw today, man.
Despite the win, Man United are poor. I would like, you know what? When you watch the first half, I don't understand why it takes them so long to kick into gear. Like, obviously, the second half is what we expect and what we deserve as fans. But the first half was terrible. Like, the passing was, and the funny thing is, we had so many chances. We had a few chances. You had Ronaldo had a chance.
Rashford
had two. He had one with a tackle and then a crossbar. Then you had Fred that had a chance. So it's like, even though we weren't playing well, and we're just like, do you know what it is? Is this? Yeah, I don't know what was up, but like the first half was terrible. Fair enough. The second half. Literally, they were playing for Solskjaer's job in the second half. That was it. But think about it. If they had lost today and then going into the game with Liverpool, would have been crazy for him. Yeah. So
it tells you one thing now, that they're still playing for Oli, which is
I don't know if they're playing for Oli. That's the thing. I think they're playing for themselves. Because think about it. The players are on the pitch. They don't want to think about it. If you're on that pitch and you're a player, you're not thinking about Oli. You're thinking, if I lose this game, I'm at the bottom of the table. You've got Ronaldo. Do you think them lot want to play in Europa League?
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
Really,
and that's a valid point.
If they were playing for Solskjaer, they will be playing for Solskjaer throughout. Like, I feel they were just thinking we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League. I don't think all the commentators were like, oh, like President was like, oh yeah, but they want to play for Solskjaer. Nah, they want to play in the Champions League. You know
what better way? Because Man United fans, the players, they know that if you're not happy with Oli, right? The best way, and I know it will be painful, and I know it may mean sacrificing something like the Champions League, but with the amount of buying that Oli has got, he's got a lot of credit in the bank, which has been, said by journalists and that. Look, he's got a lot of credit in the bank, and it will take something substantial. It's not going to take us, like doing well in Champions League and then losing to Liverpool and then Oli's getting sacked the following morning. It's going to take Man United not qualifying for Champions League, dropping into Europa, losing against Liverpool, and also getting the run of games. You know what I mean? We've got a base because we've got to play Atlanta again, right? We've got to lose that again. Do you understand? It's going to take something massive, basically, us not qualifying for Champions League. So if I was a player and it's not like me saying, you know what, I want it to happen this way, but I'll be thinking, damn, look, if the sooner you get rid of this guy, the sooner you can revive whatever season we have left in the Premier League, whatever like that.
Yeah, what? It's not like that. Like, I feel like when you're a footballer, you want to play in the Champions League, you want to play in the big competition.
I get that.
I don't think any player will ever risk coming out of the Champions League for their manager, but you could tell they really wanted to win. You know what I mean? But you could see that, look, if you just look at it as a team, right, all jokes aside, the tactics and the training is so poor. Like it's so poor. Like, yeah, do you know what? When you look at Atlanta and the way they were set up, it's a game we should have easily won. Easily won. You know what I mean? Especially when you see the second half. But you had even the midfield, even Thingy said it the best, Scholes. It doesn't matter who you put in midfield, you can't play two midfielders like that. Remember, he said it during halftime, you can't play two midfielders like that. And it's true, Bruno needs to drop. Like, they need to stop playing this Bruno up. Like, when he dropped, it looked, you know what I mean? We need three there. We need at least three people there. And if once, like, giving Bruno this free role to run around, it doesn't work. Because number one, his passing was off today. And if Bruno's not scoring, he's not really doing that much. It's not like he's, obviously, he played that good ball to Rashford for the goal. But apart from that, he gave the ball away a lot. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, but if you got three in the center, you know what I mean? Then
just a flat three, bro. Just a flat. I've been saying this. NK, look, you've been patiently waiting your turn. I know you've got a lot to say. So what was your overall sort of summary of what you just saw, man? What was your evaluation before we get into the more finer, nitty-gritty details, man?
Well, it's typical Oligada still share Man United performance 1999. That's what this team is always is. Come back. But you know, after what happened on Saturday, I was looking for a reaction to this game. I did not just a win today. I wanted the performance to go with the win today to just kind of, I don't know, gain kind of a confidence that loss was just a fluke, you know, and that's what normally the good teams kind of like do. And the first 15 minutes, I like the way we started the game in the first 15 minutes. We were very compact, you know, the teamship was very good. I think like we just gave Atalanta the ball and we were just like literally defending a bit deep, and then we were just like literally hitting them on the counter-attack. First 15 minutes, you watched the game 15 minutes, we were getting the chance, and then I just thought to myself, it's just only a matter of chance before we scored a goal, you know, first 15 minutes. And then they go, their goal, it was poor. When you play a team that play free at the back with their wing backs, one thing you got to always be wary of is their wing backs, because they are the main guys. They are the main attacking threats. He got a ball, put it in there, and then our defending, you know, Maguire as a leader, he is very poor defending wise. Go watch it, and then first of all, where he is, him and McTominay. McTominay go drop deep with the with the defense. He was in between Maguire and Lindelof, which you could say maybe that was a good position to kind of like be, but then he should have still go with the guy. But Maguire, from time and time, he does it a lot of the times anyway, and he's always good at it where he just literally go and block the cross before it comes in. But if you go watch a game, he goes and then he check his run like he was trying to play offside. When he check his run, and that little split of a second made that ball go there. If he continued his run to go straight, he literally blocked that cross from coming in. And you know, they get your goal, which I literally, that first goal, I put you onto Maguire, because that check-in, I wish I could see a screenshot of that to show you. The corner too. Bro, we got a set pick course. I don't know why we got a set pick course, because we are still doing the same thing over and over again. When you defend in a zona, we Man United do a zona. Yeah. The reason why you do zona is that you take the space where you feel like the attacking players will kind of like, you say, hey, I'm blocking this space.
The space to attack. Yeah.
Right, that they will attack. So you kind of like block it to just stop them from just having that run to just jump. But they jump so easy. This guy, before he went to go jump, his movement, he went and tapped Maguire literally at the back. Literally tapped Maguire at the back to let Maguire know that I'm there with him. Ball came, literally ran forward, jumped so easily, headed the ball so comfortably. You don't do that. If zonal marking is not good, do man marking, let them wrestle these guys. You know, because we concede too many from that too. And then, second half, Rashford missed so many chances. Should have, but then that's once again, very rusty. This is his first game back in the thing. But then Rashford is always like that. Rashford is the most bipolar player you will ever see. On a good day, he will bang in. He took his chances. On a bad day too, he wastes chances. That's what he always does. He always does that too. Bruno too, passing, poor, very poor. Like, and you know, you look at, and this is what I mean by coaching and everything. Second half, everybody, I don't know, United fan here that would not have said change something, because look, the best coaches, Mourinho would have probably make a change in the 20th minute. A lot of managers would have changed something in the 20th minute. Second half, okay, Ole just need to change something. He need to change, and you know what? I have to give credit to Ole for the second half. You just have to give credit, because he goes in, he make a change, but it's not the change that we all think he's gonna make. And I feel like the biggest change he done in the second half was he told Bruno, stop forcing the passes. Stop forcing it. Literally. Literally just, he told him, stop doing the risky passes. Don't do that. People underestimate how a simple pass can just do. He stopped playing the what do you call it? The risky passes. That pass it down to Rashford. It is as simple. It's the most simplest ball you will ever see, but it was so dangerous.
Do you know what, yeah? Do you know what, right? I've been questioning lately, yeah, and this is mad because this guy I'm about to talk about, Bruno, which you mentioned, yeah, is, for me, obviously the standout performer in Manchester United over the last few seasons since he came here. But like, obviously, with the fan base, they notice that he loses the ball quite a lot. So he'll make like 5, 6, whatever misplaced passes, then one will be all right, or one will lead to an assist, whatever like that. But then I start to think, right, who was I speaking with? I was speaking with one of my guys on the phone. Yeah, I was like, Man United can't make it work with Bruno and Pogba, in my opinion, under Oli. They can't make that partnership work, right? And Man United clearly need a midfield because we've had a hole in our midfield. And I've always stuck by saying that even though people cuss Fred, yeah, we've seen various different partnerships, but Fred and McTominay is more suited if you're going to choose a standard midfield 11 to go through every single game, for example. They're the most suited. For me, in my opinion, yeah, even though they're not that great, we've got our issues with them. My thing is this. When you've got Bruno that loses the ball quite a lot from his risky passes, and I'm saying that Bruno and Pogba can't play together, in my head, I'm thinking maybe, yeah, the issue could be dropping Bruno because we can't retain the ball position anyway, and putting Pogba in his position, because the one thing I know about Bruno and Pogba is Pogba's passing is very accurate. Like, it's very accurate. What Pogba does as well, I feel like he don't lose the ball as much. He protects the ball with his body and all of that stuff. He shields it. Yeah, he makes mistakes where he gets robbed and nicked at times, but I feel like Man United will be just as effective playing Pogba in that position, benching Bruno at times. Do you know what I mean? And then playing whatever midfield you want to play, whether it be Matic and Fred. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a solution that could work?
It can work, but you know, when you have a team of this kind of like superstar, you have to find a balance. My biggest issue is it comes down to coaching. If the team have a way of playing, Man United, the way we play is that players don't have like instruction. It's about player instruction. It's about telling Bruno, literally just telling Bruno like, don't force it all the time. You know what? I thought the same for you for today, because today the way Bruno was getting on the ball and then the passing was it was, look, in a game, and in most games he does that. He would try like say 10 risky passes. Out of that 10 risky passes, 4 of them will be probably create a chance to score, but then 6 of them you will lose the ball. And when you lose the ball in those kind of thing, that is 6 counter attack the team is actually facing. So you can say, is the reward and the risk worth it? In some games, no, it's not worth it, because if you kind of like putting a team into 6 counter-attacking kind of like positions, it's not worth it, you know? And as I said to you, he just needs to just change his game. The manager just needs to go and say, Bruno, I know you like to play them kind of like balls, but tone those risks. Know when to say when to play the pass and when not to play the pass, you know? And as I tell you, second half, he changed that. He literally switched off playing that kind of a risky ball, playing it simple. And as I told you, that pass from Rashford, simple as you want, change the game. And then Oli decided, okay, it's 2-1. But even at 2-1 down 2, well, once again, De Gea made a superb change. Lindelof got 10, literally got 10. It could have been 3-1. It literally could have been 3-1. De Gea, what he's done this season is, he is our man. Keep on becoming our man. Even against Leicester when we conceded 4 goals,
double save, the double save was amazing, bro. It was shot at him, but I mean, he had the reactions to quickly get back up again, quickly make himself big, quickly be there to block it. So I was happy about it.
That kind of like change, you just do that, and then it kind of like prompt the fans too. And to me, I feel like the biggest change Oli done was bringing Pogba and Cavani on. When Pogba came, because McTominay and Fred, as good as they are on the ball, they're not good. And when you are in this position where you have the ball, and today you can tell passing was one of the things that we were lacking. He came on, got control of the ball, but I'll tell you what, his first 5 passes, he probably could have got 100% passing rate. I'm not even sure he misplaced a pass today. One pass that he misplaced, he ended up actually turning into a corner, you know. So his passing accuracy was so good. He just came on, and then Sancho came on for Greenwood. That changed the whole shape. When he comes, he's a natural winger. Hug the touchline. And you know, sometimes it's not about what you do, it's about the position you pick. He stretched them, literally stretched them, because now they know that, hey, Sancho is there. Now everybody is stretched. Second half, we were creating chance after creating chance after creating chance.
Do you know what, right? Those chances that was being created. Look, I want to get your views on this, Edwin, yeah, because I saw Man United in the first half, getting conceded silly goals. Like, well, the set piece one was like one that we're used to anyway. It was a good work goal for them. But obviously the first one where, what's his name, Mario Padisic or whatever his name, got on the wrong side of Scott McTominay and he tapped it in. That was a bit frustrating. But then I saw us losing and wasting so many chances. And in my head, I was thinking, why is the ball not falling to the guys that you want it to fall to? Like basically Ronaldo. Like we had, balls falling to Fred, balls falling to Rashford. So I wanted to ask you, Rashford's second game in, his first start since his injury or whatever it is. What was your assessment of Rashford's performance today? What did you think? You're on mute, bro.
I think he done well. You got to take on board that he hasn't played, since the Euros. Like obviously when that tackle came in and it was 1-on-1, you could tell that was more of the rust. He wasn't sharp. Usually he would just run through. He hesitated. But you know what? He done well. He hit the crossbar. He gave away, but he finished. He scored. You know what I mean? And what I do like about Rashford, he's direct with his play. He's got intent. A lot of the guys like to cut back, pass, and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think he done well, but it's good that he's showing these signs early. So hopefully, as long as he improves, he's got a better season ahead of him. You know what I mean?
I think you touched on a good point because you said that you said Rashford has intent and he makes those. When I look at Rashford, the one good thing I like about Rashford, the Rashford of old, the Rashford that we saw today, was Rashford or someone that's driving at the defense, running at the defense, making those runs. We've got Ronaldo with the movement. We've got Cavani with the movement. Ronaldo, CR said Rashford also is really good at making those runs, hugging sort of the back line, what
I like about him, he does that thing where he'll run to check in, then he'll run. So if Lindelof or someone could, this is why I feel like we need Pogba to play these games, because where they were playing those high lines, Pogba could play those through balls. You know what I mean? And Rashford does that thing where he'll check his run, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, shit, is he onside or not? You know what I mean? Then he'll have a chance. So we need someone that could play those balls. But
so tell me then.
I think with Ronaldo, your point, I think what I've realized about Ronaldo, he needs to stop drifting. He needs to realize that you know what? I think the way he plays sometimes, he plays like he's playing with Cavani and there's someone else in the box. Because he'll go to the wing, then he'll drop in, and then when you play the ball, there's no one in the center.
Bro, I hated it when I saw Ronaldo standing by the free kicks, especially so far out. I know Ronaldo's known for being, taking free kicks and stuff, but I don't know how many he scores. Bruno's a really good guy with whipping in that ball from a set piece, you understand, where he can find the likes of a Ronaldo. The goal that Ronaldo scored today was from a header, bro. Do you understand? We've got these guys that can leap up in the air higher than any normal guy on that pitch and head the ball in the net, but yet he's the one that's whipping in, taking these shots. And he was unlucky of one of them when he hit the defender's head and kind of knocked him out, because that was going on target. But more time, he needs to be the guy in the box getting ready to nod the ball in the goal. And I just didn't like when I saw him and Bruno taking the free kicks, standing there. I just feel like we're wasting someone like Ronaldo because we ain't got that much. We ain't got that. See, the thing about Ronaldo, he's good in the air. So if you're going to float that ball in or whip it in, he's a good chance that Ronaldo's going to get on the other end of it. Ronaldo also has got good instincts though. So if that ball, if they knock the ball in and it bounces around, there's a good chance that Ronaldo's going to be at the other end of that because he's going to be one of the quickest people to react. I just feel like he's wasted. I feel like he's wasted personally.
Do you know what? I feel like when Cavani came on, right, it gave him a bit more, like, you know what I mean, structure when he plays up front. Because the problem is, the reason why he drops here is because the service is not the best. He's trying to make things create. So what you'll see him, he'll do it and he'll try and play a 1-2, then run into the box. So he'll try and, you know what I mean, get. There was even a point, I don't know if you remember, it was on the left and he was telling people, he was like, get in the box. No one was making no runs, even Greenwood. You can see he was getting angry. He's like get in there. So, and what we need to work on, remember I told you this, when I said I was watching the majority of Ronaldo's goals, and a lot of these goals come from the players around him. Like, it's not the old Ronaldo way he'll just run. Like, a lot of these goals are like good, like, delivery, and you could see that he doesn't get good delivery. Like, obviously the ball that he got from Shaw, the header was good, but generally we get a lot of corners or get a lot of throw-ons because people like Wan-Bissaka or can't always beat the second man. He'll beat the first one, but it's like the second man he'll struggle to. Like, he doesn't get those. The thing is, he gets the ball so much, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like,
not the position you want him to get the ball. Not the position, you know. And I feel like the team is starting to get used to how Ronaldo wants to play, and he's also kind of like getting used to how Man United kind of like play. You can tell the chemistry between Ronaldo and the team is not there just yet, you know. Because today that cross that Luke Shaw did, he didn't do it from the back. He done it from so deep, and it's the same kind of like cross to that Bruno down for that goal that is scored against like Villarreal. I'm not sure what goal that he did. You do that cross from deep, and he will find that run, you know. And that's what you always like. They need to get that understanding about Ronaldo and his run and the timing. You don't need to go all the way down there to do the cross. Just put in a decent cross, and he will find that kind of like, he will get you that kind of like goal. You know, he will get you. I don't know if he scored a goal in the Premiership that we scored a late goal, or in the Champions, but it was at Old Trafford. I'm not sure which goal it was, but he scored a late goal, and it was a bit like that when he done that quick movement.
It was at Villarreal. Is it Villarreal?
Remember when?
No, it wasn't Villarreal. It wasn't Villarreal. It was a header or a tap-in or something.
This season.
It was this season.
This is his first header. This is his first header.
No, not the header. It was he used his leg to score the goal. But it was like a cross from Bruno.
Are you sure? Isn't it when Lingard passed it to him? Remember, and he scored the winning goal?
No, it wasn't that. This was a cross from Bruno. Bruno done the cross, and he literally tapped it in with his foot, and it came from deep too. It was I think it was a late goal in a Premiership. I don't know what game we won in a late.
Not Champions League, because if it's Champions League, then you can only be Villarreal when Lingard came on, so it must be Prem then. And is it Wolves? Because I know we scored a lot of good.
No, he wasn't good. I don't know. Maybe it's a West Ham game, but there was a game that Bruno done the cross from deep, and then he scored. Like, basically, he beat the offside trap. He was working. I think it was a West Ham game. He was working like he wasn't doing nothing. Split second run, and then boom, he just literally kind of like scored a goal too. Cross from deep. You cross. I think most of the time we cross when he's not ready, or we just cross. The crossing service to Ronaldo has been poor. They don't know when to cross to him. And when they do it too, they just make it so easy for the center back. When you do cross Ronaldo, bro, don't do it in a short level. Make it go high up in the air where the defender cannot jump, because he can jump. His time is jump.
Do you know what, right? What I did see today, though, on a positive note, was a lot more urgency from United. And I know that came about a lot from when we conceded, which is frustrating. But what I noticed is that, there was a lot more urgency. Man United was doing a lot more running around. And that sounds very basic and standard. But in a game like this, where you've got to come back now and score 3 goals, you've got to be, the urgency has got to be there. The covering the ground has got to be there. You know what I mean? That legwork has got to be there. And I think Man United showed that today. Man United showed that fight back spirit again. And you know, it was a positive. It was a real positive seeing Rashford back, because that directness that we touched on earlier, he's very like forward thinking, very like driving at defenders, causing havoc. And you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, he's one of those guys that's gonna create a goal. He is gonna create a goal, whether it's a goal or a goal or assist. He's gonna create it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just happy, that I'm happy that we've got
Rashford coming to the team, and you know, Rashford is a positive for this team, and it's not just like his goal scoring too, but his movement too, you know. And I feel like me, as I told you, and I always say, and of course Ronaldo is not going to get dropped. I feel like Man United best front three will be Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho. You know, Greenwood is good, but his creativity and sometimes his movement, it just doesn't help the team too much. If we play number 9 and then he run around, it's good, but on the wings, I feel like he just takes something out of the team. Rashford, look, if he adds scoring to his game, well, he will be like on Mbappe level, because today he could have scored a hat-trick today or even 4 goals today.
The thing is,
he just needs to work on his finishing.
That's
because
the thing,
his movement is perfect, but his movements is just so perfect. The way he moves, he get into a lot of goal scoring opportunities. And you know, you talk about why is our chances not falling into the right players. The players that the chances fall into, it is their movement. That run that he normally does, he's always like on the last man, and he know he got a pace, so he can start from deep and then still catch it there too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. We had this debate, Well, we didn't have this debate, but there was discussions about Mbappe and Rashford. I've heard it many a time, like the comparison. When Rashford is on form, that's when those comparisons and people start talking, like amongst our fan base anyway. But obviously, when he's been out for so long and when he's not on form, that kind of dies down. But I was looking at a game, a PSG game. Who are they up against? PSG. And they came back and won that. Is it 3-2 their game?
I'll be Leipzig from Germany.
Leipzig.
Yeah.
Or was it the game? Or was it the champ? Or was it the game before that? Maybe it wasn't the RB Leipzig game. And I just saw Mbappe's performance here, and it wasn't looking that great. It really wasn't looking that great, And I was thinking, like, really and truly, are we over? Mbappe's sick. He's got blistering speed. He can dribble. He can finish. But when I see Mbappe, I see a lot of the time where he makes mistakes. He's a human being, bro. He's young. He makes a lot of mistakes. He runs into traffic. He misses opportunities. And I think it gets brushed under the carpet a lot of the time by the fan base.
To be honest, on the two of them, if I have to have one in my team, I will have Rashford. I will have Rashford all day too, because look, Rashford, one-on-one, whether the defenders are defending deep or high line and stuff like that, but he knows how to dribble. He will get past players with his dribbling skills, not just his pace, dribbling skills. I think he just needs to work on it. I think where Mbappe is ahead of him is the finishing. Yeah. Mbappe if on one-on-one most of his finishing, he would take it. Rashford needs to work on his finishing. As I said to you, if Rashford work on his finishing, well, we are looking at Mo Salah kind of like type of player. Because today, as I told you, he got all the chances that he got today was just one-on-one. There was one chance that he missed that everybody thought it was offside. I think if he scored that, it would have been offside. He got 2 one-on-ones. Then there was 1-2 that he blasted over. Well, he could have scored 5 goals if he took his chance today. 5 goals if he took his chance today.
But you know what's interesting though is, like, it's true what you're saying, but you know what I think messed up Rashford, and his progression is, there was that one season they played him up front, remember, and he scored a lot of goals. Yeah. And then they moved him to the wing. You know what I mean? So
but he's a winger though. Rashford is a winger. He always be a winger, bro.
He's a winger, but he could actually play as a striker.
Yeah, no. He doesn't know how to play with his back 10. Good strikers play with their back 10, you know. Rashford just know how to go forward. He's not going to be the guy that get the ball, hold up the play, and then just make a run.
He's running on to guys.
Do you remember when Martial was playing on the left and he was playing up front, and them two were doing a madness? And remember?
Yeah. I mean, he linked up well. He did link up well with Martial, and I think
do you know what? It's the way we played. Do you know what?
He had his best season when he was playing on the wings and then taking a penalty. He was never as a striker. Because when Oli came here, Mourinho never played him as a striker because Mourinho always used to play Lukaku. But when Oli came, I think it was that run that we had. He was playing up top there, and then Pogba was playing as a number 10. Pogba number 10, and that's the discussion too. Pogba or Bruno number 10. Pogba number 10, he was sick because Pogba can pass, he can score goals too. You know, me personally, I will have Pogba number 10 and Bruno. Me personally, I feel like
that's the crazy thing, you know, because like I said, Pogba's got the vision,
pass more than Bruno can.
I'm not even trying to hate, right? But Bruno, like, something's got to give you. I know he's done so well, right? But you can't keep on playing someone that's not playing well. Like, if we're being honest, yeah, like, how much better has he really played than Pogba in the last couple of games for him to credit his starting place? Is he there because? Is it there because of what he's been doing or what he's done? You know what I mean?
The problem is
Bruno or Pogba.
The thing about Bruno is
Bruno. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you can't drop a guy. The thing is, it makes it difficult under Oli because you can't drop a guy with these type of numbers. That's the problem.
I know.
That's what it comes down to.
Is that you've got at the same time. If your team's not playing well, something's got to give. He needs to change. Like, okay, cool.
But then, Edwin, you say that today. But then, in theory, Bruno had 2 assists. You know, as bad as he played today.
No, I agree.
He created the first goal for Rashford.
His numbers are crazy.
The second goal came from his cross. He crossed that ball. Cavani kind of reflected. So as bad as his play, he still made 2 assists. The only thing is, and this is where I say that it comes down to the coaching and it comes down to the management, man. You know, tell him, bro, keep it simple. Like, when you have a structure that the team plays in, you know, you will never see Kevin De Bruyne trying pass after pass after pass, because Pep got a way of letting them play to say, I want those simple true passing, simple cut-back passes and stuff like that. Yes, try the occasional risk passes, but most of the time,
but the thing is, with Bruno, yeah, I don't think you can change his. I don't think he can change his style because he won't be Bruno.
Do you know what it is? It's not about changing the way he plays. It's where you put him on the pitch and the tactics you play as a team. Literally, they've done this 4-2. Bruno, do whatever you want. Rome, have a free roll.
Every guy on the pitch is doing what they want, though. It's not just him. Every player on the pitch is doing what they want.
But that's what I'm saying is the tactics. If they actually look, remember in the second half, they probably told Bruno sit a bit more. He played much better in the second half.
Bro, they know the issue is that the issue is Bruno is an anomaly. He's such a headache. Bruno's a headache because Bruno's a guy last season that contributed to 45 goals, bro. What do you tell a guy? You know what I mean? Like, even though we're frustrated and upset, bro,
I know,
I'm
but
telling you,
do you know what?
Oli is not big enough. Oli's not that guy. He's not that guy. Oli's not Ferguson. Oli's not Pep. He's not Klopp.
Then if he's not big enough, he shouldn't be our manager then.
He shouldn't be. You know,
the thing is, at the end of the day, look, this is it there. Like, for me, is what have you done for me lately vibe. I don't care what he's done before.
Bro, he's played what, 11 games now, all competition, 4 goals and 4 assists now.
No, but do you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not saying that he should be like NK said, he's 2 assists here, but it comes down to where you position him. Like, Man United could really just play a 4-3-3.
So what's your lineup then? Tell me your lineup. Let's end it on your lineup and then yeah. Tell me what your team is. What would it look like? What would the formation be? A quick one before we finish off.
My formation would be a 4-3-3.
Yeah. And who would like in the midfield wise and attack wise? What would that look like?
It will be De Gea in goal, left Shaw, right Wan-Bissaka, centre will be Maguire and Varane. You know what I mean? Because I've realised, even though I'm not a big Maguire fan, what I've realised is that I think he can't be trusted on one-to-ones, you know? Lindelof, like, the way he got turned by, remember that guy that done the double shot? It was mad. The guy just headed it and turned him so quick.
Well, he can't handle man that's beefy, got muscle. Lindelof can't handle, I told you. Bob, I told you this, Bob.
Because at least with Maguire will do a foul or do something. You know what I mean?
Let's get to your midfield.
Okay.
That's the most
so my midfield, I'll sit McTominay, right? There, then I'll play Bruno and Pogba.
That's crazy, bro.
No, but think about it, yeah? You have the 4 defenders, you have McTom sitting, you have Pogba, and thinking, because sometimes it's not even about can they tackle, it's about the bodies. You know what I mean?
Bro, I can't see. All of those guys are all attack-minded, bro. That's the thing. They're all attack-minded.
But then you have to, you have to play to your advantage. If you've got attacking players, you've got to attack. You know what I mean? Like, not every day sit and defend and let you know what I mean?
And what's your front three?
Ronaldo, Rashford, and Sancho.
NK?
Me, bro, De Gea and goal, left back Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka
Fam,
right
let's
back.
forget about the fullback, the defense, because we know
No.
that's
I'll put Eric Bailly and Varane, bro. I'm dropping Maguire and Lindelof, bro. I'm dropping both of them.
Actually, do you know what?
Controversial.
I agree. I would agree with NK. Actually, I'm not a Maguire fan, so yeah, I'll keep.
I'll drop Maguire and I'll drop Maguire and Lindelof. I'm going for Eric Bailly, bro. I'm going for Eric.
I respect
Fuck
that.
those two, bro. Fuck those two. bro, for a captain, he's shocking, bro.
So what are you saying? You're saying no Maguire, 80 million that we spent or whatever we spent on that guy.
But you know what? Today, yeah, I was watching it and I'm thinking to myself, I want to go watch Maguire play for Leicester because I was not paying attention to him. What made United go pay 80 fucking million for that guy, bro?
Thank you.
Bro,
every week I keep saying Maguire's overrated.
Look, bro, I'm telling you right now, if United get any top manager coming, Zidane or whoever comes inside here, Maguire and Lindelof lose their place. But if Conte come in and play, if you play for the back here, Maguire plays. Any other guy coming, he loses there. But I would love to see Eric play next to Varane, bruv, man. Because those two, Lindelof and Maguire, they're like McFred, bruv. Both shit, bruv. No pace.
You know what my thing is? You know what my thing is this with that on your point there. It's like a part of me. I know people saying that Maguire, he's not that great. He shouldn't be club captain. I don't think he should be, and I don't think he's worth 80 million. But my thing is this: Man United manager and Man United's coaching team in particular, is not helping any of these players, bro. Any of these players, it's not helping them.
No.
I don't buy that.
Do you know why that's not? Do you know why that's not true? Because no matter if that's the case, Shaw's playing okay. Certain players are playing all right. The problem is, when you actually see Maguire play football, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Nah, I don't buy that. I see Maguire having some flaws. I see he is prone to making certain mistakes. But I do feel like if he's got a good partnership in Varane, you can build something there.
He doesn't have a good partnership.
No, but obviously Varane's injured at the minute, and they've only played a few games.
He didn't, even when the two of them played together. So let's not talk about
How many games did they play together?
It's true.
Bro, they only had one clean sheet, bro. Don't talk about it, bro. One clean sheet, bro. That was against Wolves, bro. And go see what Wolves done to us, bro. That was because of De Gea, not because of them two, bro. Bro, you say that.
Okay, but you want Eric Bailly. You want Eric Bailly to be that guy. So you're telling me, you know what it is about us, when we haven't seen enough of one guy for so long, you want them back. The minute we get Eric Bailly and then he does one confirm.
You made a good point. You said Maguire will play well for Varane, to help clear up his mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Not
only clear up his mistakes. They just have a better understanding where Varane standing next to Maguire will just improve his ability, improve like his overall performance in the game, defending everything.
But he hasn't done that. So
but it's too early, bro. You men are talking about how many
games? Listen to this.
How many games have they played together? Please tell me.
Okay, wait.
And you lot are making
the evidence is there, bro.
What evidence?
Listen to this, When Man City bought Diaz and them, man, Ruben Diaz and that.
Yeah.
How long, bro? They made John Stones look like he wasn't struggling before.
Bro, but this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen,
Man United's got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and we ain't got the coaching, bro. We've got man them like
Look, I don't buy that.
You know what? Let me
because for a centre back here, centre backs is one place that you don't need coaching. Centre backs is one place you don't need coaching.
No, you need coaching. Listen.
Listen, centre backs is about the two of them understanding, and it's about the two of them reading the game. Look, the only coaching about centre back is whether they are playing a high line or whether they are playing deep in the line. But if the two of them have a good partnership, it works.
It's all encompassing,
reading of the game is so important. Maguire don't know how to read a game, because if he know how to read a game, for a guy with no pace, you don't go forward like that. Look at Varane, for example. He got pace, and he always he knows exactly where to be. That if they play the ball behind him, his pace can get him out of the trouble. Maguire will push up like that guy is like Usain Bolt. when he cannot even do that too.
But you
I
know
said,
what?
go and watch the first goal that we concede.
Yeah.
Go and any center back in the world, will not do that. The best center, go and watch it.
Do you know what you make? You make a
Go
good
and
point.
watch the first goal. See, bro, there was 5 guys in the line. 5 of them. The only guy that tried to play offside was our captain. He literally done a shape like that to come out. Go watch the first goal.
No, but I told you this last game. Remember when they went to go score, I said he ran towards the player, then he ran back. Look, all I'm saying is that there's proof and evidence here that you could be a slow defender, but you just have to smart. Look at John Terry. John Terry was slow, but he could read the game, so it didn't even look like he was struggling.
But listen.
Now Maguire does not know. Maguire does not know how to read it. No.
Think about this: the players that we buy from other teams, Sancho of more recent or whatever, like now, we're like, oh, these guys are great guys. They come to Man United, they don't perform. The excuse that we give as fans, oh, they're moving.
Which one hasn't performed though? Which one hasn't performed?
Well, Sancho hasn't hit the ground running yet. Fred came and he hasn't been hitting like we're still talking about him.
Hold on.
How long
has Maguire been there?
Maguire's been there for like what 3 years or plus, whatever, since Ollie's reign.
So how long do you need?
But how long has Fred been here? How long has Fred been here?
But forget Fred.
How long has Scotty been here? Bro,
Fred is not 80 million and he's not.
How long has Martial been here? How long has all of these guys? And my thing is this. Hold on, let me finish my point.
Finish speaking.
We get in these guys. We're like, oh, these guys are amazing. We bring them over to Man United. The first thing we say is, oh, Man United's a big club, extra pressure. Blood.
No one said Maguire was amazing. The only hype around him is because Man City were somewhat interested in him at one point.
Maguire, no one was saying that this guy's dead like they're saying he's dead now. You understand? There was something in Maguire for Man United to bid for Pep.
You know why?
To bid 75 million for Man United to bid 80. Fred, there was a reason why.
I'm telling you, Man United
wanted to bid.
Man United shagged us. Man City shagged us. They never ever wanted him. They just made us outbid them to get him.
They bought Ake, and they're not even playing that.
Do you know Maguire? Do you know why we got Maguire? Because Man United, when it comes to transfers, what they'll do, they'll just decide to buy an English player or buy someone that they think is already settled in the Prem. There was no evidence to show that we needed Maguire. We just said that we needed a defender. Instead of getting a proper scouting team and going to scout and going to get a proper defender, we thought, let's get Maguire.
I understand we didn't put.
But friends, here's the thing, You talk about these players, First of all, Fred came from the Ukraine League. He came from the Ukraine League, and even when he was there, he wasn't even playing as a DM. He was playing there with Fernandinho or whoever he was playing next to. He wasn't even, I don't know what position he was playing.
He was playing like Bruno's. But
then from the Ukraine League to the Premiership, it wasn't like Fred was playing the Premiership and he came to us and he became shit. Aaron Wan-Bissaka played for Crystal Palace. Fred was not known for his attacking ability.
We're still saying the same thing about Fred today. So let's not talk about what leagues he's come from. At the end of the day, we've got a manager and coaching team that can't get, in my opinion, can't get the best out of these players. So yeah, we talk about Maguire. Yeah, we talk about all these mistakes. Yeah, we talk about all of these things. But in reality, I don't even know the full potential of Man United. I really don't. Because as far as I'm concerned, we bring in players, if they hit the ground running, great. The only reason why Bruno's still in this squad is because he hit the ground running. If he didn't, he'll be on bench, just like Donny's on bench. Only don't know how to do what to do with them.
Donny even play though.
He don't even play though. Bro, he don't even have to coach them. That's the thing. My thing is this. Sancho has hit the ground running now. He's not getting starts. You understand? He's coming off of the bench getting subbed midway because he's not hit the ground running. Like, we've got a team here.
Sancho will come good. Sancho will come good. I'm not even worried about Sancho.
I believe he will come good, but would he come good under Ollie? Would he come good
under Ollie? Yeah, no, he will.
You understand? What is Ollie and the coaching staff doing to get the best out of these players? For me, if we had a better coaching team, for me, I'm saying that they're improving our overall performance by X percentage. What you're talking about
no manager in the world can improve Maguire, so stop this nonsense. No manager in the world can improve Maguire. This is just, bro, come on, but it's just common sense. The way the guy defends, what manager can, bro, I'm just telling you, bro, this guy just literally going forward, dragging players down. Bro, that's not coaching, bro. That's just, a guy that cannot defend. But the only way Maguire become good is when he defend him and then get like some, I don't know, get the clearance next to him where he's protecting him or something.
We'll only do well if we play 3 at the back. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. 3 at the back, he's probably gonna be good there, but man, because you know what today.
Bro, you men are talking, yeah. Did you see what Klopp was doing last season when Liverpool had their injury crisis and he was playing those Phillips guys? No one even heard of these guys. These basic average Joes.
This guy was
defensively. You can't do that because they had to.
They were only conceding on average only one goal a game. But the problem is dead.
But Farmer, they had no choice. We have a choice,
bro. That's not the point. My point is this, yeah.
But
even if he didn't have a choice, right? And he had these players. Look, Ollie. Let's say Ollie didn't have a choice tomorrow. Yeah?
Okay, who was he playing? Who was he playing? Some guy called what? William.
He's playing some guy like William, yeah, or some guy like William. He had 2 William. I think he had 2 William type.
But they came. But you know what? They came. They're like reserves backup.
The reserves.
But they're probably better than Maguire.
Bro. We went from Van Dijk, Matic, Gomez to these mans no one's ever heard of, and them man played a long suite of games. You understand?
Exactly. And they played. Did they play better than Maguire? Yes or no?
Why? But
no,
why?
They did not. Liverpool conceded goals anyway.
No, they were check it. Last season, they only conceded. I remember talking about this day in day out. They only conceded roughly on average here. Van Dijk was gone the whole season. Check how many goals they were conceding in a game. Is that 1? They didn't concede more than 1 goal. Most 90% of their games.
But it's fair. You see about coaching, yeah.
No, but my thing. No, hold on. Let me tell you now. Let me tell you now.
Everybody see him play so calm,
and his coaching team know what they're doing, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They know it doesn't matter who's in the squad. Fam, have you seen them man rotate the midfield where he's playing them youngsters in the midfield?
Bro, this is what I'm trying to tell you about. You must are using Ole as a scapegoat. I'm telling you.
What do you mean?
If Zidane come in, the first thing he was gonna do, yeah, is literally play Varane and Ribaye as first centre back. I know that for sure because my boy is that team up.
No, but do you know why he's not team up? No, do you know why he's
gonna play Varane? He's gonna play Varane. He's gonna play
Varane,
and he's gonna play Maguire.
No, do you know why he's right?
No, he will not. No, he will not.
Zidane likes defenders that can play football. If you watch the centre backs who play with Real Madrid, you don't like these people that just do this. Bro, do you know what? At the end of the day, Maguire's not good enough to even be our captain.
You talk about coaching.
He's not good enough to be our captain.
You talk about coaching. What is a coach going to do at that disastrous performance he put in today? How do you coach a defender like that today, bro? How do you coach a defender like that today, bro?
There's defensive coaches that can tell Maguire in terms of his positional sense, his awareness, when to leave his back line, when not to play offside, for example, when to mark. How to?
Do you think he's smart enough to record that information and download it and keep it?
This is what they're paid
it's
for,
not
bro.
that. First, I'm saying to you, it's not that.
My thing is, I ain't seen it. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I ain't seen Man United have a good coaching staff and good manager since Sergei left. In all honesty,
it's like telling me that Oli has to come and improve David De Gea, bro. Bro, there's certain positions here. There is certain positions here that seriously, as a defender. One of your good qualities is here as a centre back. One of the good qualities that you need to do is knowing how to read a game. They read a game and leadership skills. A centre back needs leadership skills and reading the game. If you don't have that,
can I tell you one thing? Man United let these guys get to our defence so easily. We've been having issues with our midfield here, where these attackers here, or midfielders, whoever the opposition, get to our defence so easily. Part of having a different manager and different coaching team that know what they're doing, we'll be having retaining a lot of that possession, not giving it away, not allowing like the opposition to look. We're putting so much pressure on our centre backs that you're going to be seeing a lot more mistakes from our centre backs. Our centre backs, do you know what it takes me back to? When we had to bring Scholes out of retirement, when we had to bring him out of retirement because we had a leaky midfield. It's the same thing that's happening again, where our defense keep getting too much pressure. How many teams do you see Chelsea? For you to get opportunity to be attacking their defense, having one-on-ones like that, do you know how much it takes?
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
Bro, you can have Varane and you can have Ruben Diaz as centre backs. We'll still be getting work and they'll still be making mistakes, bro.
No, look, it's not. Look, it's not. It's not about getting work,
bro.
Bro, it's not about getting work. The defense is exposed, And when the defense is exposed, they're gonna get stuff like that. But I'm telling you,
it's all about the midfield.
How is it? But I said, how is it that even during this period, bro, just let's not forget, Varane has missed only 2 games now. 2 games now. And even the games that we have played bad, we are always picking on Harry Maguire. We are not picking on Rafael Varane. Why is it that since he came, Varane has made one mistake, or maybe I could probably say
Varane's been playing really well. Maguire, I'm not saying Maguire is a defender. But what I'm saying is,
the same coaching
what I'm saying is, Maguire for me is better than Lindelof. Just keeps getting worked off. Lindelof needs to take time out, hit gym, work on legs and upper body, and then come back to Man United because he keeps getting worked, bro. I don't know what people say with Lindelof.
But I tell you though, if we had a good structure and good DM, bro, and I said if we had a good structure and a good DM that would protect the centre back a lot, I would rather have Lindelof in there than Maguire, because if they're going to face less of the striker, then I trust him more to be in good position to deal with stuff than Harry Maguire above. Like, you know what? Personally, that's my opinion. But I'm telling you, Harry Maguire, Leicester, he was horrible. Today, the only reason that probably saved him from maybe starting the next game, is that goal he scored, because that was 2 disastrous performances from him. And after that, he will not. Well, you know what? And you know what? Players talk. Just like how we talking, players talk. Pogba, Varane, them French guys are going to be there thinking like, bro, your captain, he is pants, I tell you. He is pants. They're going to be talking about that.
No.
Ronaldo and Bruno are going to be talking about that because they got Eric Bailly there. Eric Bailly came in last season and he played what? Last season, Eric Bailly, but when he came in, I don't know if it's last season or the season before, when he came in, he performed good.
He does,
and
but
he has been fit.
He's got a timer though. That's the thing about everybody. He does.
I don't care.
Work.
Give him a chance in that defense.
Because when you see that fly kick that he did, that kung fu kick that he did in.
But you say that. But if he played the same amount of games that Maguire has played, do you think he will be making the same amount of mistake than Harry Maguire is making?
Yes, I do.
You think he will be making that same mistake?
Yes, I do.
Bro, go and watch the first goal. Go and watch the first goal. Just look at Harry Maguire timing on the run. What centre back here try to do what do you call it? Play offside when the cross is coming.
No. Okay. I've got my homework. Edwin, we need to wrap this up. We need to wrap this up.
I feel about Maguire anyway.
I know. We need to wrap this up. So, guys, give me, you know how we end this all the time. Give me your man of the match and give me your worst performance of today.
Man of the match. Difficult one.
Say something good about your team, bro.
No, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because we had a good second half, right? But there were stand-up performers. Like, De Gea kept us in the game. Ronaldo scored the winner. I have to give it to Ronaldo for scoring that winner. I'll give it to Ronaldo because there was not one person that was just like stand out, like they totally like. Obviously, Bruno got the 2 assists, but you know what I mean. I'll give it to Ronaldo for scoring the winner.
Yeah, worst performed. I don't even need to ask you this, do I?
Hey, but Maguire scored a goal, though. He scored a goal.
Yeah, do you know what? He scored. Maguire scored, yeah. But do you know what? I wasn't even thinking. Do you know what? Like with Maguire, do you know what it is? I just don't expect anything like anything special from him. So even that's why I've been going off on him. Like the first goal was his fault. Like how are you going to leave someone and then like you know what I mean? Like how can you be the captain and stand in the middle of a corner and then decide you want to run last minute? Like his
hand was so high.
Like bro, like who would I give worse? I'm trying to go through the team. See, I can't. Like, it's weird if I give it to Maguire because he scored, isn't it? But because midfield, you know what? Okay, I wouldn't say worst player of the game. I wouldn't give it worst player, but the most quietest player was for me Greenwood. I wouldn't say he was the worst, but he was very quiet. You know what I mean? Like, and with that, sometimes I think NK said that because of them playing at the wing. Sometimes you forget he's playing. So I wouldn't say he was the worst player because I'll be harsh, you know, because he never done anything bad. But I think he had a very quiet game. I'll say that.
Yeah, but even with Greenwood, when was the last time? You know how them runs that Rashford always make? When was the last time you saw Greenwood make those kind of runs, bro?
You know what?
That last minute run. When was the last time you saw him do that, bro?
When he scored against flipping, when he scored that free ball, Pogba slipped him that free ball and he slotted it in.
Yeah, but that one he was running though. He was already running.
He's talking about like grabbing the ball and running. What Greenwood does, he starts running, then he'll cut back, then he'll pass.
NK, your man of the match.
Honorable mention though, Maguire second.
Look, I'm gonna start with my worst one, but my worst one is Oliver. Because today, I feel no. My worst performance today was Oli. Because after the 4-2, we were looking for reaction for the team and everything. And I feel like we started bad. And it was, I don't know if it was his lineup or like the team talk or how he set the team up, but it was very poor. It was very poor. And I have to look after the manager for that, because if you want a reaction from your players and you don't get that, especially from the first half, you always look for the managers. Like anytime United lose under Ferguson, the reaction of the next game was always spot on, but we didn't get that in the first half too. Man of the match, once again, I will have to give it to Oli. He was the worst.
What is this guy trying about?
Bro, look. You no. Listen, today, no. My United second half, you cannot tell me that no player changed the game in the second half. No player changed the game in the second half. And this is what managers do. It's just so key.
Wait. Are you giving him man of the match?
I gave him the worst and the man of the match because.
Bro, I got a clap for AK.
No, in life,
gone, bro.
Bro, in life, one of the best things is correcting your mistake, and I feel like he corrected his mistake at second half too.
But he didn't have no choice. Like this is the problem.
No. Edwin,
let me just say one quick point. Yeah,
he had a choice to keep the team the same. He had a choice to keep the team the same.
No, but do you know why he didn't do it? Because
we'd have changed players.
No, but do you know why he didn't do that? Because he came out and said, remember the last game when we lost? He goes, it was my fault. Yeah. Let me tell you something about Oli, right? Because he's on this substitution.
Okay.
What's that?
Bro, I don't care. I don't care. You can do that. But look, me,
you know this, innit? Now with Oli, now he's done this substitution. Everyone's gonna be like, tactically he's good. He makes the right substitution.
He didn't even do the tactics. Look. Here is a thing. I always say managers use halftime to influence the game, and today he used the halftime to influence the game. And say what you need to say about that. But second half, the players came and they were different, and you cannot credit that to the player because he kept the same players on the pitch.
Do you know what? In all fairness, right? Man United.
So he done his job.
Man United was creating a lot of chances. I just feel like Man United they were rusty. They weren't taking their chances. Towards the end of the first half, we saw it. We saw the ample amount of chances that we had that we created. I knew that Man United was playing in a way that was attacking. So I'm not gonna say that. I guess it was if I was in the changing room, I would have thought that all these sort of team talk would have been like, continue doing what you're doing. Continue tighten things up at the back, but continue doing what you're doing offensively because we really did look like an attacking threat. But
I'll tell you what, if you go watch his match, and I don't know, his press conference, whatever he said, but I promise you, one of the things he would have said is that at second half, I told them not to force it too quickly. Sometimes, let's criticize only when he deserves it. But if any manager, if any team goes in 2-0 down and it came out to win it, you will credit the manager for whatever he did. He came in, he kept the team, he kept the team the same. I feel like the changes that he made them at the right time.
Bro, he made the substitution.
I'm telling you one thing, if we were losing 2-0 and that was the Prem, we wouldn't have won that game. I'm telling you,
against Southampton, though. We did against Southampton, though. We did against Southampton, so you can't say that, bro.
Premier League's a total different ball game, bro.
No, we did against Southampton, though.
No, but
listen,
listen, NK, you know why I say that, yeah? Because everyone, even these commentators are making a narrative that Man United want to play for. I'm telling you, they don't, the Premiership in their head, they got another game. If you lose this game, we're technically not in the Champions League. they probably came out even amongst themselves saying, we can't lose this. Probably Ronaldo was in the L.
I am just saying. All I'm just saying is, bro, sometimes criticize people when they need to, but then when they do something well, you need to. As I said to you, second half, I was talking about.
So bottom line, yeah, he's your good player and your worst.
Yeah, he was the worst. First half, he got it wrong. Second half, bro, as I said to you, everybody was talking about he need to make a change. He need to change the team shape. He didn't do none of that. He went there, he influenced it, whatever team talk he did, whatever he done second half, he changed the game from there. So for that, I have to give him credit for that. It doesn't mean that he's going to get off lightly, but I give him credit for the way he changed the second half too, because I tell you what, it was a whole total different performance in the second half too. And that have to do with the coach, because I didn't see the players doing. I didn't see any standout performance from none of the players, to be honest with you. It was the same thing they were doing.
Robert made a good point. They were kind of playing like that towards the end of the thing. They just didn't take it. If they had scored all those goals, we wouldn't be here. Like if scored and Fred, so they weren't making chances.
And that's why I say you give all the credit, because we were playing good, but we were just not getting the chances. So
look.
Any manager would have gone there and then change it.
Let me say my piece. Let me say my piece.
You have to credit him.
Let's end this. Let me end it, because we've spoken at length. But my thing is this: I've gone past this whole crediting Oli for these comebacks, because we did that all last season, and we've been doing it since he touched down, to be fair. And what I want as a Man United fan is not to be winning games like that. And I know Fergie done it as well.
Nobody does.
Fergie time and all of this stuff. But for me, I think we've entered into a new era where I want Manchester United, for the club that we are, for the players that we've got, to be dominating these teams and making a game and polishing off these games. What we're doing too much, right? Going down 2-0 down, especially when we should be on the front foot, especially when we know that a lot is at stake, is not acceptable. And Man United's always going to be able to come back from any game, because Man United's got world-class players in this team. And we're too volatile and we're too unpredictable. In some ways, that's good. In a lot of ways, it's not good. And for that reason, for me, I can't be like, oh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's done a good thing, because what I'm looking for Ole is consistency and to be able to control the game. And what he's given me is unpredictability, volatility, and then he goes on to win. And I've looked back at a lot of our games that we've played this season. The games that we should have won, we didn't deserve. I mean, the games, if you look at it, the games that we won, it was very lucky, late minute goals. We didn't really deserve to win it. The games that we lost, we can say that we deserve to lose. So for me, it's just that I don't even want to see this no more. I'm done with this.
We deserved the win today, though.
We deserved it, to be fair. But yeah. I'm just done with this way of. I'm done with this way of feeling, high blood pressure.
And as I said, we all feel that way. We all feel that way. But credit when credit is due, and criticize when criticize is due. That's what I'm saying.
But this is the problem. Like when you leave in these games late, yeah, you're playing your players all the way through the game, yeah, and then you come and do a dumbness where you start dropping players the next game, right? He won't do it because it's Liverpool. But I guarantee you, if this was another team, he would have done some changes here, but he can't afford to, right? But it's like you're saying, like, these are the teams we should have polished up from first half, be 3-0 up. Then you could start taking your Ronaldos off. You could take these players to
I just saw Chelsea won 4-4. Was it 4-0?
Liverpool are home.
And Werner and Lukaku are injured.
Atalanta went to Anfield and beat Liverpool last season 3-0 at home, bro. So they are no joke.
Last season,
Atalanta
Liverpool.
is no joke.
Last season, Liverpool had a lot of. But my thing, I know Atlanta's not no joke. But Man United's got a job to do. And we've done it today. But we went into that game knowing we've got a job to do. I don't care who you are, bro. If Man United's trying to get back to where we want to get back to, we knew that we had a job to do here. And what we did was go into the game, first half, 2 goals down. You understand?
And that was the manager's fault.
And there's not many games. I know that we were known for being a comeback kings last season. But there's not many times you can replicate that type of performance, especially at Champions League level against the elite. Yes, Atlanta's a good team, but we got really lucky today. Atlanta don't even really, it's almost like Atlanta played with a bit of naivety, not understanding or not respecting us, not respecting who we've got up top, not respecting who's in our team, because they played very open. If it was me, yeah, I'll be like, you know what, bro, 10 man behind the ball. Do you understand? We've got 2 goals up. I don't want to see you leave your goalpost. Do you understand?
Hey, fam, I don't want Atlanta lost, bro. Okay, my man of the match. I take my man of the match. My man of the match is any fan that went to go put a fire alarm at their team hotel, bro. Them must be sleeping, bro.
So wait, what happened?
But
Well,
apparently the
it went
hotel
off
that they
like
were
5
staying
times.
at, yeah, they had like 5 fire alarm, like around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., bro.
What Atlanta's?
Yeah.
No, they were staying in.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That was
saying Man
only
United- they're saying that-
pay their mouth, bro. Only pay them.
Hey, look, I need to wrap this. My man of the match, I'm giving it to Bruno. I know he made a lot of misplaced passes, but he got 2 assists at the end of the day, and that I can't look past that, to be honest.
So you can give that after he played shit in the first half, but when I credit Oli, you're gonna chat shit about that too.
Oli is dust because he's been doing this for 3 years, bro. And get me. And in terms of my worst performed is an actual tough one, to be fair, because
remember I was saying that's why I gave it to like Greenwood, but more on the fact that he was quiet, not that he played poor.
yeah. It's, to be fair, it's a tough one, to be fair, my worst performed. I mean, I could probably say Lindelof, the way he got burnt, but to be fair, it'll kind of be unfair.
Because he still, even though he got burnt, he played better than Maguire.
Is that
most of these players, they all had different halves, you know. First half and second half, they were just different players, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Different players.
It is a tough one, to be fair, but, I've got to choose someone, and at the end of the day, I'll get to Lindelof, man. I'll get to Lindelof. I take worst perform, but it's not to say like he was totally trash. It's just, I just got to give it to someone.
You know, our set coach to need to get something too, because that guy, he's shit, bro. We'll come for him later on, bro.
Look, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow on TikTok at OT99 Banter Room, Twitter at 99banter, and Instagram at OT99_Banter Room. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, support, share, all of that malarkey. Peace.